them by your name. Some of our new committee members, we usually do that during meetings. It just makes it easier. But I'm going to go ahead and go down the list and do a roll call. If you could just either raise your hand or say here, that would be great. Let's see. Ian,
Here.
Megan,
Here.
and Jason.
Here.
Thanks, Jason. Let's see. Alicia.
Here.
Thank you, Alicia. Levi.
Here.
Thanks, Levi. And I know we have new committee members here. So I'm going to skip over the new committee members just for right now, Neelam, because I just want to make sure we have quorum with the ones that we have here. Let's see. I'm going down. Rob, I know you're here, but say here for me. Thank you. Dr. Hemmings?
Here.
Thank you. And if Judy?
Here.
Thank you, Judy. And then am I missing any of our
Stephanie Green.
Okay.
She put here in the chat.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. I do believe that we have quorum. And I do, again, recognize we have new committee members here. However, you don't count toward the quorum for this particular vote that we're going to be doing today. And we do have quite a few people. So again, thank you all for joining us today. I am so happy that you could make it. If you, the agenda, just really quickly, I'm going to go over it. We are obviously convening this special committee meeting today to review and approve the 2025 Healthcare Workforce Needs Assessment that needs to go to the Oregon Health Policy Board for approval. We do want to give 5 minutes for public comment. I'm not sure if we have anyone here on the meeting today that has signed up or would like to raise your hand and give public comment. If you are here and you would like to do that, feel free to raise your hand. We have about 5 minutes for public comment. I'm not seeing any hands raised. Jessica, do you?
I do not.
Okay. I do want to recognize, however, we did get some public comments submitted by the Government Relations Department from Southern Oregon University, and we will, do we want to send that out, Neelam, or we just note that it's on the record that we received it and responded to it with some changes?
Yeah, I believe that's correct, Laura.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Thank you for that. And looking here, you can see the timeline on your screen here. We just wanted to go over this timeline briefly regarding the Healthcare Workforce Needs Assessment, the development of this timeline. You can see here back in May and June of 2024, OSU and OHA, the subject matter expert planning meetings were held and a developed draft report outline was done. Then we move on to July and August of 2024, and we presented the draft report to the Healthcare Workforce Committee. We did conduct literature review, collected information from numerous workforce SMEs, and we held monthly OSU and OHA, and I can't see the bottom line because the toolbar is in the way, Jessica. So I'm probably, there you go. Held monthly OSU and OHA meetings. Thank you for that. Then we move on to September and October of 2024. Again, we collected more workforce SME feedback. We did revise a draft report continue holding the monthly OSU and OHA meetings. December and November of 2024, presented multiple draft reports to the Healthcare Workforce Committee with changes that were suggested by the committee. We revised the draft report. This report was approved by OHA leadership, and again, continue monthly OSU and OHA meetings, OSU being Oregon State University. And that brings us to where we are now, January and February of 2025. We need approval of this Healthcare Workforce Needs Assessment by the Healthcare Workforce Committee. And this will be sent to the Oregon Health Policy Board, I believe tomorrow. And if approved by the Oregon Health Policy Board, it will be sent to the legislature by February 1 of 2025, which is our deadline. Are there any questions on this timeline that we are showing you here?
No, but I just have a comment, and I'm sorry I wasn't on the committee earlier and was away for most of November and December when the draft was revised. And I know it's too late to make any major changes, but one glaring issue for me is that there's a call out to primary care providers and family physicians as being incredibly short supply, which is true. However, there's been a 40-year shortage of psychiatrists, and in the last few years there's been a notable decline in access to people other than primary care and other folks, which is not really called out anywhere in this draft, or well, what's about to be approved. And the psychiatry thing is particularly annoying to me because this has been present in the state for multiple years. We have the worst access of the lower 48 for psychiatrists. And we've had many opportunities to address this, but the state has not really come forth with adequate funding or support to develop GME for this. And so we've been stuck with an undersupply, and that is going to become crucial for all of the other subspecialties. And no matter how good a base of primary care and behavioral health and all the other very important topics that are addressed in this report, I'm just really thinking that unless we start dealing with this problem in a concrete way over the next year or two, that it's going to become even more glaring, and the access will be terrible, and there'll be no support for the justifiably needed primary care and behavioral health workforce. So that's all I have to say about this. I mean, obviously, we're not going to change the report, but
Elam, do you have any comments on that?
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Dr. Ross, for your comments. If you want to meet with me afterwards, we could add a little bit of content regarding that to the report. I do need to send it relatively soon after this approval to OHPB.
I can meet anytime. I can stay on. I can
Yeah.
come this afternoon, whatever works for
Okay.
you, because I think there's a lot of data that I've collected over trying to start a second psychiatry residency. And so I'm happy to share that.
Okay.
So
Great. Sounds good.
Jessica, did you see the comment in the chat about the link?
Oh yeah. I'll drop the correct link in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you'll have the link to the draft. There were, I will say that I don't know if Dr. Chaudhry is, he is on. Dr. Chaudhry, will you say, I see you're on. Will you just acknowledge that you're here for the record?
Yes, I'm here for the record.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Um, I know we've had quite a few meetings around this report. We got a lot of feedback from committee members. We have made, we have not, OSU um, has been, I will say, has been um, patient and in making the changes that we have requested. I did notice, Dr. Chaudhry, that some of your changes, I think most of them were included in the new report. I especially looked at the table where it listed the providers, the primary care and such. So um, I think that we have a good product. I do think, Dr. Ross, that that's something that we can sure talk about. But given the input that we've had and the changes that were made, I think as chair, feel comfortable moving this report forward for a vote. Are there any other comments before we do that? Not seeing any hands. Okay, Neelam, do we need to call each individual committee member to vote, or can we do show of hands or yes?
I think it'd be fine to do a show of hands or yes, Laura.
Okay, perfect. Okay, with that being said, can I have a motion to approve the 2025 Healthcare Workforce Needs Assessment?
I make a motion. This is Manu Chaudhry, and I make a motion to approve the sixth draft of the oral health workforce. I mean, sorry, not oral. My bad. It's a
We would like it to
slip
be
of
that.
tongue, I guess you could say.
Freudian.
I make a motion to approve the healthcare workforce needs assessment.
And I'll second it.
Okay, thank you. We have a first and a second. Committee members that are here that are eligible to approve this, if you could please raise your hands in approval or say yes, that would be great. And I think I think we have enough to move forward. Any opposed? Okay, any abstentions? Oh, I forgot. I'm approving. Okay, with that, we approved it. Thank you all so much for attending. So next steps, this will go to the Oregon Health Policy Board tomorrow, actually, for their review and approval. And am I missing anything, Neelam?
Nope. And then we'll have our regularly scheduled meeting on Wednesday.
Okay. Regular meeting on Wednesday. It will be my last meeting as chair. So it's been a journey, you all. But thank you again for joining us today. I know this was kind of a process, but we got through it. So thank you everyone for taking the time to be here, and we will see you all on Wednesday morning. Have a good day.
Thank you.